Ever seen a moth with fake flies painted on its wings so real even birds get fooled? Or one so massive it's the size of a dinner plate and flashes owl eyes when threatened? These are the ones that make scientists pause and artists stare. How about a moth that looks like a snow leopard with wings? One that floats through the night like a mint green ghost? Or another that glows like a living watercolor painting? There's even one that looks like it flew straight out of an art museum. Not a bug, a brush stroke. These aren't fantasy creatures. They're real. They fly. And most people have never even heard of them. In this video, we're showing you 18 moths so beautiful, rare, and strange. You'll question if they're even real. Stay till the end. The final one might just be the most unbelievable moth on Earth. Let's dive in. 18. Comet moth. The comet moth is one of the most jaw-dropping moths in the world. Native only to Madagascar, it's famous for its long golden tails. They can stretch up to 6 inches on their own. Add in the full wingspan, and this moth can measure over 20 centimeters wide. Its wings are a bright yellow, marked with bold red eye spots and thin brown veins, giving it a glowing, painted look. But those tails aren't just for beauty. They spin during flight, confusing bats and making it harder for them to lock on with echolocation. This clever defense trick is one reason the species continues to survive despite being flashy. The comet moth doesn't eat as an adult. Like the Luna moth, it lives for just a few days, focused only on reproduction. It rests by day and flies at night, lighting up the forest like a moving beam of gold. With its massive size and sparkling beauty, the comet moth is one of nature's rarest flying treasures. 17. Giant leopard moth. The giant leopard moth is bold, bright, and unforgettable. Found across North and Central America, this moth is named for its crisp black spots laid over a pure white background, like a snow leopard with wings. It's large, with a wingspan of around 3 inches, and its body underneath the wings is even more dramatic, metallic blue with hidden orange bands that flash when it moves. The wing pattern is simple but sharp, and when it rests with wings closed, it looks like a piece of porcelain. The caterpillar is also well known. Covered in thick black bristles, it may look dangerous, but it's not venomous at all. The giant leopard moth is one of those rare insects that looks wild but acts gentle. It's a true showpiece in any garden or forest it visits. 16. Cropia moth. The cropia moth is the largest moth in North America, and it looks like it's wearing a royal robe. With a wingspan of up to 6 to 7 inches, this moth is hard to miss. Its wings are a deep reddish brown, bordered with creamy white bands, a bit of orange, and soft black shading. Each wing has a small, crescent-shaped eye spot, but it's the rich, layered color that truly grabs your attention. The body is thick and furry, with bright orange legs and a striped red and white belly that makes it look more like a stuffed toy than a wild insect. Males have large, feathery antennae to track down females who release scent signals from far away. Cropia moths belong to the Saturnidae family and, like their relatives, don't eat as adults. They live just 5 to 7 days, focused only on mating. Despite the short life, the Cropia moth leaves a lasting impression, like a flying piece of velvet art that only shows up once a year. 15. Macrosilix maya. This moth has flies on its back, but not real ones. The Macrosilix maya, found in parts of China and Southeast Asia, is famous for its weird and brilliant wing pattern. On each wing are 2 perfectly painted flies, complete with legs, wings, shadows, and even posture. It looks like the moth is covered in rotting food or bird droppings. And that's the whole point. The wingspan is about 3.5 to 4 centimeters, but the detail is so sharp it can fool predators. Birds see what looks like flies feeding on something gross and avoid it completely. Scientists believe this is a form of deflection mimicry, using fake visuals to scare off enemies without needing to fight or run. Its base color is creamy white, splashed with golds, grays, and soft browns. At first glance, it looks messy. But once you notice the fake flies, it turns from strange to genius. No bright colors, no big eyes, just a clever painting trick that works every time. If you like this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out 10 amazing caterpillars to moths, butterflies transformations on our channel Forever Green. 14. African peach moth. The African peach moth is like a warm sunset with wings. Found in parts of West and Central Africa, this moth gets its name from its rich velvety peach to salmon orange wings, often with soft brown or gray lines crossing gently from side to side. It's not loud or flashy, but the moment light hits those wings, they glow with a gentle golden warmth that makes them stand out against dry leaves and bark. Its wingspan is around 3 to 4 inches, making it medium-sized, but the color gives it a bold presence. When it rests, it folds its wings tightly around its body, blending into tree trunks or leaf litter. But in flight, it becomes a soft flash of color drifting through the savanna. It belongs to the Iotaapora family, known for thick-bodied fuzzy moths that often look cuddly. 13. Picasso moth. If a moth ever looked like it flew straight out of an art museum, it's the Picasso moth. Found in India, Nepal, and parts of Southeast Asia, this moth earned its name because of the bold, abstract patterns painted across its wings. The colors are usually a mix of black, cream, yellow, and sometimes reddish-orange, arranged in sharp, angular shapes that look like symbols or brushstrokes, just like a painting by Picasso. Its wingspan is modest, around 3 to 4 inches, but the detail packed into that space is what makes it so unforgettable. The patterns don't just look artistic, they actually help break up the moth's outline, confusing predators and making it harder to spot on tree bark or dry leaves. Unlike flashy moths that rely on bright colors, the Picasso moth uses bold design and strange symmetry to stand out. From above, it looks like a tiny canvas with meaning. It's quiet, it's strange, and it's one of nature's most creative moths. 12. Giant atlas moth. The giant atlas moth doesn't just look massive, it actually is. Native to Southeast Asia, this moth is one of the largest in the world, with a wingspan that can reach up to 12 inches. That's nearly the size of a dinner plate. But it's not just the size that makes people stare. The tips of its wings curve upward and are patterned in a way that looks like the head of a cobra, complete with fake eyes and scales. It's nature's way of warning predators without needing to fight. The rest of the wings are painted in warm shades of brown, rust, and peach, with delicate transparent windows that catch the light. The body is surprisingly small compared to the wings, and like other silk moths, the adult doesn't eat at all. It rests during the day, camouflaged as dried leaves, but when it flies at night, it looks like a piece of jungle fabric has come to life. 11. Iotaapora admirabilis. Iotaapora admirabilis is a living watercolor painting. Found in parts of China, India, and Southeast Asia, this stunning moth wears wings brushed with soft greens, pale blues, and delicate white markings that look hand-painted. Its dreamy colors aren't just for show, they're built for camouflage, helping the moth vanish into leaves like a whisper. With a wingspan of around 5 to 6 centimeters, it's not too big or too small, just the right size to be missed unless you're looking closely. The wings are gently scalloped, shaped like a curled leaf, and patterned with what looks like natural veins and sun-faded edges. It rests motionless during the day, usually on green leaves, where its design blends perfectly with nature's background. And when the light hits it just right, those colors shimmer like a soft glow. Quiet, delicate, and absolutely unforgettable, Iotaapora admirabilis turns simple survival into moving art, a moth that proves nature knows how to paint. 10. The gray swallowtail moth. This moth looks like someone cut it from handmade paper. The gray swallowtail moth isn't a common name in science books, but it perfectly describes several rare species from Southeast Asia and parts of Africa, with gray-toned, swallowtail-shaped wings. What makes this moth stand out is its smooth, soft gray wings, trimmed in darker shades with delicate trailing tails that move with the wind. Its hind wings stretch out like ribbons, giving it the graceful look of a butterfly, especially when gliding. The entire design seems built for beauty and disguise at the same time. It rests during the day on tree trunks and light-colored rocks where its color pattern blends right in. Size varies by species, but most have a wingspan of about 4 to 5 inches. When it flies, the tails flutter behind like silk streamers, and from a distance, it barely looks real. 9. Luna moth. The Luna moth looks like something out of a dream. With its mint green wings, soft texture, and long streaming tails, it glides through the night like a silent ghost. Found mostly in North America, this beautiful creature has a wingspan of up to 4.5 inches. Its wings are dusted with white and outlined in a slightly darker green, and each hind wing has a clear, oval-shaped eye spot that helps confuse predators like birds and bats. But what's even more fascinating is that adult Luna moths don't have mouths. They don't eat at all. They live only about a week, using that time just to mate and lay eggs. Because of their short adult life, spotting one feels rare and special. Their tails play another role. They twist and spiral in flight, throwing off bat echolocation, making them harder to catch. With its graceful flight, glowing color, and short, mysterious life, the Luna moth feels more like a storybook spirit than a real insect. 8. Spanish moon moth. The Spanish moon moth looks like it was carved from green glass. Native to the Pyrenees Mountains of Spain and southern France, this rare moth is one of the most elegant in Europe. Its wings are a soft, almost minty green, lined with thin brown veins and marked with small transparent eye spots. The shape is delicate, with long hindwing tails and gently curved edges that flutter like silk in the breeze. Its wingspan is around 3.5 to 4.5 inches, and it flies mostly in the late spring, gliding through mountain pine forests. The males are especially easy to spot with their large feathery antennae, which help them detect females from far away. This moth doesn't rely on flash or fake eyes. Its power comes from its calm, icy colors and perfect design. It's rarely seen in the wild due to its limited range and short adult life. But those lucky enough to witness it say it looks like a green fairy drifting through the mountains. Before proceeding to our next selection, we invite you to explore our video on 10 beautiful insects you can keep as pets now. Back to our list. 7. Sulawesi moon moth. This moth looks like a piece of the sunset learned how to fly. The Sulawesi moon moth, found only on the island of Sulawesi in Indonesia, is a close cousin of the Luna and comet moths. But it has its own quiet magic. Its wings are a soft, golden yellow, gently fading into peach and tan near the edges. The hind wings stretch into long, curved tails, giving it a flowing look in flight, like it's trailing sunlight behind it. It has a wingspan of around 5 to 6 inches, with delicate, almost translucent eye spots on each wing. These small, clear circles help confuse predators like birds, but most creatures wouldn't dare attack something that looks this unreal. Like other silk moths, the adult doesn't eat. It lives just a few days, long enough to find a mate and lay eggs. But in those short nights, it glides through the forest like a golden spirit, lighting up the dark with wings that look too perfect to be real. 6. Brahman moth. If moths had a superhero version, the Brahman moth would wear the mask. Found in the Himalayan region, including parts of India, Nepal, Bhutan, and China, this moth is one of the most visually complex in the world. Its wings are covered in bold black and white patterns that look like tribal tattoos or intricate wood carvings. Some people say it resembles ancient armor or a decorated mask, and once you see it, you'll never forget it. It has a wingspan of 5 to 6 inches and flies mostly at night. During the day, it rests with wings spread out, blending into tree trunks like bark. The Brahman moth is part of a rare family called Brahmaidae, and it's not often seen in the wild. It doesn't rely on bright colors. It uses mystery, shadow, and shape. The patterns are not random. They confuse birds and other hunters by hiding the moth's true outline. It's not loud, but it's unforgettable. Pure visual power without needing color. 5. Iotaapora belti. Iotaapora belti doesn't need bright colors to stand out. It waits for the right moment. Found in Central America, this tropical moth hides in plain sight during the day. Its front wings are dull brown, making it look like a dried leaf. But when a predator gets too close, it suddenly opens its wings to reveal a pair of giant eyes on the hind wings. Bright yellow with deep black circles like an owl staring back. These fake eyes aren't just decoration. They shock and scare predators like birds, frogs, and lizards, giving the moth a chance to escape. Its wingspan is about 3 to 4 inches, and its body is thick and soft like other silk moths. This defense method is one of nature's smartest. The contrast between the plain outer wings and the dramatic eye pattern works like a flashbang, silent but powerful. Iotaapora belti proves that even in the insect world, timing is everything. And being quiet doesn't mean being weak. 4. Eomoth. The Eomoth may look simple at first glance, but it's hiding a shocking trick. Found across North and Central America, this moth has bright yellow or reddish-brown forewings that keep it well camouflaged during the day. But when it feels threatened, it flashes open its hind wings to reveal 2 giant blue and black eye spots. The effect is instant. Predators freeze, thinking they've just locked eyes with an owl or bigger animal. The wingspan is about 2.5 to 3.5 inches, making it a medium-sized moth with a big personality. The male is usually bright yellow, while the female leans toward brown or reddish shades. Those eye patterns are more than just markings, they're life-saving tools. The Eomoth's caterpillars are also famous. They're covered in green spines that sting if touched, delivering a painful surprise. From baby to adult, this moth knows how to protect itself in style. And when fully grown, it becomes one of the most dramatic and photogenic moths in the wild. 3. Argama mimose. This moth looks like it belongs in a fantasy movie. The Argama mimose, also known as the African moon moth, is native to southern Africa, and it's one of the most graceful insects alive. With lime yellow wings, 4 delicate eye spots, and extra long trailing tails on its hind wings, it moves through the air like a floating ribbon. The tails can reach up to 6 inches and twist during flight, which helps confuse bats by disrupting their sonar. Its total wingspan stretches about 12 to 14 centimeters, making it large but surprisingly light and airy. The wing edges are dusted with soft brown curves, and the translucent eye spots add mystery without flash. This moth rests during the day and becomes active at dusk, glowing slightly in the fading light. It doesn't eat once it becomes an adult. Like other silk moths, it lives just long enough to reproduce. But in that short time, it leaves a lasting memory, a real-life fairy dancing through the trees. 2. Iotaapora. This moth doesn't scream for attention, it whispers. Iotaapora, often called the ghostly silk moth, is found only in Madagascar and is known for its pale, almost see-through wings. These wings look like they've been dusted with ash and outlined in charcoal. Black lines trace across the wings like veins, while soft gray and silver shades blend into the background. In certain lighting, it looks like the moth is fading away or glowing slightly, earning it the ghostly title. Its wingspan is around 3 to 4 inches, and it belongs to the Saturniidae family, just like the famous Atlas and Luna moths. But this one doesn't use size or color to amaze. It uses elegance and mystery. When it lands on bark or rock, it becomes hard to spot. Up close, the fine pattern looks hand-drawn. It flies at night and rests in deep forest shadows during the day. It's not loud, not bright, but once seen, it's never forgotten. 1. Giant owl moth. Imagine a moth so big and clever it scares birds away by pretending to be one. That's the giant owl moth, known scientifically as Thysania agrippina. Native to the rainforests of Central and South America, it's one of the largest moths on the planet. With a wingspan that can reach up to 12 inches, nearly the size of a dinner plate. But what really makes this moth unforgettable is its giant eye spots. When resting, it looks plain and dull, but if it's disturbed, it flashes its hind wings to reveal massive circular eyes that mimic an owl's stare. The trick works. Predators often freeze or flee. Those eye spots are bordered with dark and golden rings to give them depth, making them look three-dimensional. And if that's not impressive enough, this moth is also known for its silent flight. Despite its size, it glides smoothly without making a sound. And that's it for today's list of unreal moths. See you next time with more creatures you won't believe actually exist.